What family rule did you break that got you disowned? My family had one rule: never pursue music as a career. Music is for entertainment only, not for putting food on the table, my father would say, his voice carrying the weight of 3 generations of doctors. The Steinberg name meant prestige, stability, respectability. We owned the largest medical practice in town, employing half the nurses in the county. Our house felt more like a medical museum than a home. Diplomas lined every hallway, medical journals, cluttered coffee tables, and dinner conversations inevitably turned to case studies. My father would quiz Jake and me on anatomy while we ate. Medicine is noble work, he'd remind us. We save lives. We matter. When my brother Jake announced he was dropping pre-med to join a band, the house erupted. I stood at the top of the staircase listening to the screaming match below. "Dad, music is my calling," Jake pleaded. "When I play, I'm alive in ways that studying cadavers will never make me feel." My father's responses grew venomous. "You're throwing away everything we built. The Steinberg name means something in this community." The ultimatum came swift and brutal. They gave him 24 hours to leave, cut off his phone, blocked his cards, told everyone he died in a car accident. I watched my mother methodically remove every photograph of Jake from the house, her fingers trembling as tears fell onto glass frames. The funeral was fake, but the grief was real. Hundreds came to mourn the tragic loss. I stood at the graveside watching dirt fall onto an empty casket while my mother sobbed. The hypocrisy made my stomach churn, but I played my part perfectly. For 8 years, I watched them erase Jake's existence. They turned his room into Dad's office, painting over the blue walls that once held concert posters. 8 years of family dinners where nobody dared mention his name. 8 years of me finishing medical school while secretly writing songs at 3 a.m., my guitar muffled by pillows and guilt. I kept one secret phone hidden behind my textbook. Jake had become exactly what they feared and what I envied. A starving artist playing dive bars, sleeping on couches, but his voice carried something my medical school classmates lacked: joy. "David, I'm getting married," he told me one night. "Her name is Luna. She's a songwriter too. We're broke, but we're writing incredible music together, and I'm releasing an album next month. It's dedicated to families who choose fear over love." The album was called Ghost Son, and it exploded across streaming platforms. Critics called it heartbreakingly honest. Jake had written our family's story in 12 songs, each track a chapter of pain and liberation. The night before my residency graduation, Jake's album hit #1. My parents were hosting their celebration dinner when my cousin Rachel burst through the door with her phone. "Uncle David, isn't this Jake, the brother who died? This song is about our family." The opening track filled the room. "They buried me alive for loving what I love. Now I'm scratching at the coffin lid from 6 feet below their expectations." My mother went pale. My father's hand shook so violently, he set down his wine glass. 200 relatives and friends heard every detail of how my parents had disowned their son for following his dreams, faking his death rather than admit he chose happiness over their approval. I stood up slowly, my graduation cap hitting the floor. "Jake didn't die," I announced. "You killed him because he chose music over medicine. Tonight, I'm making the same choice." I pulled out my guitar, hidden for 8 years behind anatomy books. This is for my brother, who taught me that passion isn't shameful. I played one of Jake's songs while my parents watched their second perfect son dissolve before their eyes. I moved in with Jake that night. We started a band called Medical Waste, and our first song went platinum within 6 months. Now we tour together, write together, slowly heal together. My parents still tell people they have no children. The family practice went to cousins who stayed in medicine, preserving the legacy without any actual Steinbergs to carry the name forward.